decided to step out real quick and have a smoke on my front porch and check out the snow out here. But I also wanted to kind of speak my thoughts on where the social media stuff's going with Twitter, Facebook, all of them. YouTube and platforms like that kind of have a better fight on their situation and argument because it's a different style of social platform. I get it. But when it comes to these companies like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, you know, when you go and sign up to use these platforms, these, you know, Twitter, Facebook, they're advertised as a social platform, a place where people from all over the world can come together and share their thoughts, ideas, feelings, and etc. Basically expand their friends beyond their own borders. So when you sign up and you sign an agreement, it's a user agreement. When they go into procession to censor, and people start to say, wait a minute, you can't do this. You can't keep censoring me like this. And it goes to court, and they go to hide behind the publishing laws and stating that they are a publishing company. Now, something to understand is publishing companies are required by law to pay the authors a percentage from the net profits or a percentage from the shared profits. If they are going to advertise as a social media and have us sign a user agreement, but function as a publishing company, you are being used for your intellectual property. You are an electronic author. So the same laws apply. Sure, they can argue under the protections of these laws that they can censor you. But that being the case, it contradicts the user agreement that we have with these companies. We did not sign a contract as an author. We signed user agreements. Them wanting to be legally recognized as a publishing company, they are legally required to pay us for our work. They owe every single person who has used their platform for every single post that they've posted since they first started on their platforms. Again, you can't go into a court of law, state that you're a publishing company who makes money off of the people who are posting their ideas, their thoughts, etc. onto their pages. It's not just from advertising, because they sell the information of each and every individual user. You're an author, and if you're going to be an author under their legal argument of being a publisher, they owe every single person. It doesn't matter what your political affiliation is, what color you are, what religion you are, what country you're in. If you've been using Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or anything like that wants to argue the right to censor you in the form of being a publishing company, that contradicts their user agreement and contract with you, and they are using you as free employees. They are giant digital sweatshops. And for those of you who keep arguing that they are a business, they have right to do this, you're a damn idiot. Pull your head out of your ass and start actually learning laws for once. For one, corporate laws do not make businesses invincible. Corporate laws have to be functional within the state and nation that they are functioning in, whether it's in the US, Canada, Japan, China, Russia. It doesn't matter where they function. Those businesses and companies have to function under the laws of those countries. And within those laws, they are not immune. If they wish to be outside of those laws, then they can be seen as a foreign entity and removed from the country. That's just how it goes. It's a fact. They have to abide by these laws. There's no such thing as foreign immunity as a business. When Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey are using every single person on their platforms as authors in the legal sense to defend them and to protect them for their right to censor every single person on their platform. Doesn't matter who you vote for. They can censor you if they don't like what you say or do or what your lifestyle is or what you look like. They can do it whatever they please. You can't treat this as a hire at will type job. Because if it's a hire at will type job where they can fire you at will, they are by law required to pay you. So everyone who keeps defending this, that Twitter, Facebook, and those places have right to censor you because they are a business and a publishing company, that means you are an employee of theirs, you are their authors, and they owe you money big time. Otherwise, they need to choose. Which one are they? Are they an advertising type, social media type platform, or are they a publishing company? Because both don't work. They cannot have you sign a contract as a form of a user agreement, then make money off of you as a electronic author and state that they are a publishing company. That's illegal. You can't have employees without paying them. You can't contract employees and lie to them about what their position is so that you can make more money. This was probably one of the biggest freaking scams that anybody could probably think up. I mean, crap, Mark Zuckerberg already has a history of intellectual theft. I mean, just ask the, who was it, the Winklevoss brothers. Big-ass lawsuit that he went through with them over intellectual theft. And yes, they won and he had to pay them, along with his original partner to help him get it started. So, wouldn't be surprised if he just basically Dorsey has learned from Mark on how to skirt around the laws and try to use the laws to their advantage and take advantage of the public's stupidity and their ignorance of the laws. Most of you need to sit down and start not just reading the Constitution and Bill of Rights. You need to start looking this stuff up before you really start arguing and defending them. Because the moment your rights, because there's no law nowhere that protects any individual or company to have the right to take your rights away for no reason at all. If you did not break any laws and you function within the laws of the nation that you live in, they have no right to impede on your rights for any reason. That is not a business and they are not law enforcement. If they want to be a publisher to censor people that way, then they need to pay every single person that's on their platforms. That's just how it goes. Anyways, that's my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed staring at the snow here on the ground. Whether I'm right or wrong, I think people need to really, really think about this. They really need to think about your rights. Because even if they're skirting on some people's rights, doesn't mean they're not going to skirt on yours. And there will always be, whether you agree with one group of people or not, there's always going to be something that you're going to find that you do agree on. And it's going to be something that is going to hurt you too. This is one of those situations, like I said, this is a digital sweatshop. If they wish to legally be recognized as a publishing company, then they have to contract each and every person that's on there posting everything on their pages. They have to contract them as an electronic author. They can't sit there and sign a user agreement and then say they're a publishing company. That's conflict of interest, conflict of the contracts, basically, and agreements. Well, really put some thought into it. I would love to find an attorney on this situation that wouldn't just represent myself. I think every single person on these platforms, Like I said, doesn't matter what your political stance is, your religious, your ethnic, anything, what country you're in. These companies are contradicting their advertising, they're contradicting their user agreements, and they're contradicting the law. You wish to be an employee in a digital sweatshop? Keep arguing and protecting them. If you will finally realize that they're not only lying to you, they're lying to Congress, they're lying to everyone, and they're making millions off of you so that they can sell your information to other people.